Hey everyone, welcome. Sadly, we are here because we bombed out of our early draft, and so there's plenty of time to draft and play some Dominaria. We can probably make it through this whole event. There is a long shot chance that I decide we have to cut it short and finish this later, or finish this off air tonight, because this is we got a couple days of Dom left. But yeah, the bright side, the silver lining of bombing out of our first draft so quickly is that we get a nice, easy segue into Dominaria drafting for the day. And I'll make a nice, easy segue into my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are purveyors of physical magic stuff. They can help you with anything you need for your tabletop magic experience. They basically have it all, and what they don't have, they are actively seeking. Which brings me to one of the points I hammer on a lot with Card Kingdom. If you're looking to sell cards, you're not going to find a better default place to look for cash for Magic cards. As someone who dabbles in the secondary market myself, I make it a point to track the Card Kingdom buy list. When I buy collections, my basic offer to people is send me your stuff and I will give you Card Kingdom buy list for everything above a certain threshold. And then I keep the bottom end as the bottom chaff is my payment for that service. But basically by defaulting to, I will give you what Card Kingdom gives you, I know I am telling people that I'm giving them the best value they can get for their Magic cards. So looking to flip it into cash, you're not going to do better than CK. Check them out. And now we're going to jump into some Dominaria. I tend to gravitate towards Sultai, and I don't apologize for it at all. I think gravitating towards Sultai is correct in the format in the abstract, with red-blue wizards being an excellent place to land on the aggro side if you can get there. I generally avoid white except for a splash, and I generally avoid red except for a red-blue wizards, or, again, also a splash. Sometimes some red-green kicker is good. Sometimes Jund is reasonable, but I am all about Sultai value in this format because I think it's generally the correct place to be. Sometimes you get a pretty bomby opener that you can start on. Although, again, if I'm playing Ariel, I tend to splash the white. But I'm happy to start on this knight, over this legend. A lot of good black here. Maybe we'll wheel some of it. When you say Kyle is number 1 and number 2, do you mean like he's number 1 limited, number 2 limited? I don't know what you mean by that. Well, Kyle's better than me. I'm going to take Ariel. Elfame Druid, Grow, Sapherd, all tempting on the green front. Of course, you can be tempted by Arvad here. It technically kind of matches number 1, and it is a knight. I don't love Arvad, but actually with Ariel, fine. We'll take Arvad, and because it really does work with everything that's going on with Ariel. It's a perfect match. I usually try to wheel Arvad though, but we're getting quite a directional sign here with these two. Here's some more knights. This is a knight as well, kind of like a Sanctum Spirit though, and we try to wheel the white knight action. Again, this is not white is not a great color in the format. I'd rather try to wheel the commons and take the Sanctum Spirit here. Sanctum Spirit's pretty annoying, pretty scary. Croaky's likes getting a 2. I think we can wait. I'm not taking Banalish Honor Guard pack 1, pick 3. If we are not wheeling Honor Guards, then I will take a note of that and consider bailing to another color. But if I'm not wheeling Honor Guards, I don't want to be in white anyway. Glider could help with the aggro, but Archer does that fine. Another Knight, but another Knight that I will take when we wheel it, not when I see it pick 4. Rather have the Trapper. Depends on where people are at with the white. If people aren't playing the white, it'll come late. We're going to take Vicious Offering here, though. I would love a Dauntless Bodyguard. This goes right into what we're up to, but we can't pass the premium removal. And this is premium. I love Vicious Offering because it keeps you alive against aggro on turn 2 and 3, but late game it can take out some seriously nasty stuff at -5, -5. Wow! I want Fungal Infection, I want Soul Salvage, but Knight of Malice, obviously on plan. Knight of Grace. Well, after a frustrating first event, this is coming up Millhouse here. Courser? Did we find our seat, everybody? Is everybody seated? Do you have your seats? Wow, Courser wheels, so does the Skin Witch, but we are being more aggro here. I'm going to take Courser. You like Skin Witch. In the abstract, I like Skin Witch better, but not with what we're doing. With what we're doing, I like Courser, I like Adamant Will. And hey, look, we did wheel the Honor Guard, as I said. If I'm not wheeling this, I don't even want to be in white. Don't suppose, unfortunately, that second Knight did not wheel, but we got this. What a pair. These are great side by side. So yeah, we got a nice pack 1. Obviously not in my favorite color, but in my second favorite color with Knight with black. My color rankings are like blue, black, green, white, or green, red, white, probably. Wanderer maybe sneaks in somehow if we're desperate for playables, but I'm going to put it in the sideboard. I doubt we're playing it main. I would like to get a Soul Salvage so we can get Ariel back, get Arvad back. Tragic Poet in case we pick up some sagas. Yeah. It was pretty good. I don't know. I was in for Ariel. The thing, Haj, is that pack 1, the alternatives were like mono black, and I just felt like Ariel was better enough that we could justify it. Maybe a Soul Salvage here. Varix is sad to see. I don't think we can pivot to Varix. But out of respect.
Can I kick it?
Yeah, I think we want to salvage here, wheeling Sentry or Sergeant, or maybe we find enough skitters to splash a Raff or something, but salvage here is what we want. Blessed Light jumps out at me. Clutches is why I like blue so much, but we're going to take Blessed Light and try and wheel the Dark Bargain and bid a tearful farewell to blue and some decent red, too. Blessed Light's good, though. The Exile is very nice in the format. This is rough. Really not anything for us here. No black at all. We did send a bunch of good black to our left, pack 1, pick 1. So it's possible a cascade effect happened. And we've got some people to our left in black here. This is rough. Short Sword's awful for this early. But so's this. It's all just awful. I guess I'll take a Short Sword, but bleh. That's right. Here comes a great black spell. Right? No. Reproach. 'Reproach' or 'Baird'. 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 'Reproach' or ' I like Reproach a little better. It does not do the thing white removal wants the most, which is clear blockers, but it does get a lot of stuff dead for cheap, so we're going to take it over Baird. Baird does also get pumped with Arvad or whatever, but Baird is just very whatever to me. Dark Bargain for some card draw or a boring old Knight. We're doing pretty good on 2s. I'm going to go for first card draw over first Knight. Might even wheel that. Yeah, Baird has some synergies, but I still don't like it better than Gideon's Reproach. Quite happy with the Reproach there, and with the Infection here. Another Blessed Light, pretty late in the pack. We'll take it. Lich's Mastery, and a third Courser. All these Coursers mean we can really get our aggro on, but we could also just go for Sentry and just be in the air without the help of a Courser. What do you think? Sentry or Courser? Not sure. Looking for chat input. Well, I guess I'm going to go with Courser. Yeah, Courser is just so good. And here's a Sentry. Although we also have this Raff Splash possible. But what are we really getting? Raff does pump some stuff, but really you should just take Sentry. I mean, yes, this has some synergies, but we don't have Skitters yet. And even with Skitters, I think it negatively affects our overall plan with this deck to even bother trying to splash. Sergeant comes back. I'm thinking we're probably not going to have to play this. I'm going to put it in the board for now, but we can bring in Sergeant if it proves necessary. Here's where I'm happy to take a Baird. Baird's not that good. So White's not that good and Baird's not that good. It doesn't surprise me to see it there. Flashy, White, Rare. That's hard to get going. Second Vicious Offering, first Dauntless Bodyguard. I think I'm actually on second Vicious Offering here. Try to wheel Soul Salvage or Bodyguard. So I have not found this to be a very good card in the format. I mean, sometimes you land it or it lands against you and you just don't have the answer. But Offering is exactly what this deck wants, really. And if the Bodyguard could wheel, if the table is okay with that, that would be nice. But I think we want to go low down, aggro, and stick to that. Here's that Skitters that could help us splash. Here's that Adalez that would have rewarded us for leaning Wizard, but Seal Away is fine. You want Trapper here? I think Seal Away is better than Trapper. Yeah, we're more likely to wheel the Trapper. Eviscerate here over Thallid or Reproach. Getting our removal on, and we have one Dark Bargain. I like how this is coming together. We get another Knight Legend. She fits perfectly into our deck. If we wheel a Jousting Lance or Reproach, that would be nice, but Danitha's perfect. Seal Away will find a thing. I mean, I'll tell you, if we are in a game where we never get to cast Seal Away because our opponent never taps anything, it's probably going well for us. What do we want? Again, I don't want the Baird. We could take a Memorial to get free value, but probably just a Reproach or a Bargain. Yeah, I'll take the Memorial. That's fine. That's land. Our deck is becoming pretty strong, so land spells have more value to me. Deathbloom Thallid over Skin Witch and charge. If we take a charge late, if we get a charge late, that's fine. But I like having some special Thallid here. Here's another Trapper we can grab. I like that. I think we will. Maybe I don't have a good sense of my own deck and we won't play it, but I feel like we will. Hey, look what came back. Very nice. Now we might not. We're getting quite low down here. Another Trapper. Third Trapper with a couple of Historics or a charge. I think we have the removal. We got Memorial, and we do have like a Sergeant at Arms I don't think we're going to have to play. Here's another Sergeant at Arms we're probably not going to have to play. Or just an Evangel to continue looking at possible 2s, but I don't think we're playing that either. Don't think this matters. I don't think we're playing that. I don't think we're playing Sergeant. We're definitely not playing that. Vault progress is just so slight for this account that I really don't consider it much anymore, to be honest. Don't think we're going to main deck Invoke. Well, especially with this charge coming here. I'm with you, Haj. I don't think it's that big a mistake, though. I don't think it's as big as you're suggesting. But surely if we knew we'd get a last-ish pick charge. $17 creatures here. There's just a lot to cut, though. I mean, sure, we can consider it, but I don't know what you're going to cut. Like, there's just too much to cut already. Like, do we even run Baird? It is another legend. I guess we have enough Legends historic synergies. Oh, come on, Haj. I disagree. Trapper is not close to Snare Tactician in context of format. Cut a short sword. Might even cut the charge. I think we are cutting the Evangel. I think I'd rather have the will than the charge. We're going to be 8/8, I think. I could cut a spirit. I think we want 1 spirit, though. It's a threatening card. When you have the threat of historic pitch. But maybe we'd just rather be in the air and we don't care about our life total. That's reasonable, too. Yeah, I guess I'm with you. This is not a deck that cares about lifelink all that much, and we'd rather just have a 3-power flyer in the air. And we don't want to pitch our historics, right? That's fair. We're close. I'm going to go 16. We do have some card draw, and we do have hand smoothing in our favor. Do we have too many coursers? If all we've got out there is coursers, they're terrible. But I don't think 3 is too many. 5 might be too many, Croakies. I mean, at some point, you have too many coursers, right? If everything is flying, like, the moment that you have a courser that's attacking without bringing something else up in the air, you have too many coursers, right? So I think we do have, we have the chance of too many coursers at 3. And I don't care, like, yeah, short sword is, quote, free, but so is Ornithopter. I wouldn't play that. Not that this is as bad as Ornithopter, I just don't think it makes the cut in this deck. Yeah, we're heavy on 3, but that's why I like it. This isn't really a 3, right? So we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3s. I think 7 3s is about right. If we want to cut I would cut Will before Infection. Although we do have decent removal here. Maybe we can cut both. With double Vicious Offering, Seal Away, Eviscerate, and double Blessed Light. I guess we can just cut the Infection. Really don't want to cut Dark Bargain. Some reload is good, even in aggro. And I'm keeping both Trappers, too. I kind of like this. I love it. Some people are like, mistake to play, not have 3 Trappers. Some people are like, Trapper is bad. Trapper's not bad. We have Arvad. We have 3 ways to trigger it, and Soul Salvage says potentially more. So I'm going to run this. We may make some changes, but let's get on with it. Got to make some kind of night joke. Night moves. I think I've done good night before. You like fungal over seal away? Trouble is fungal gets small things. Seal away does get big stuff. I think you're underrating seal away just because we're aggro. But I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to run the seal away, but Croakies, we'll keep it in mind. If I have seal away in hand and we wish it were an infection, I'll take that data point. But I think this does more for us. I'm going to go with night moves. Let's see. Somebody had lands earlier. I'll give them the... Let's do some cool jumpstart lands. How about S... Is it JMP? All right, let's get some jumpstart lands. We got... How about zombies and doggies? There's birdies too. We'll get zombies and doggies. I can go nightlight, but I'm not gonna do it with the K spelling. Trying to be a little cagey. That's true. You can do shield lands. I've already picked doggos though. I'm gonna do that and move on. All right, what do you think of this one? Did a par poll. Curious how many wins you think we would get if we played this event out a whole bunch. It doesn't make sense without the K. Do you know that there's a term, nightlight? It's like a legit English word. It refers to an object that lights up your area at night. It's like a light that you use at night. All right, we want to land, and we'll go Knight of Malice. If we can get a land for Peggy on 3, that would be mwah. No, it retains the pun. It absolutely retains the pun. Come on. Well, it says knight. I mean, there would be a pun if it said KN, but I can't even conceive of it. So I just, no. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Hey, we found our land. Excellent. We'll drop Courser and see if they got anything. I could block, but I'm happy to race. I'm not going to give him a kill on our Courser. I think it works either way, honestly. I'm being a little snotty, but you could pull off the pun with either spelling, but to be a little bit cagey with YouTube, I'm going to keep it as is. Wish we had a 4th land, but I do like just Thallid threatening a trade with Juggernaut, and probably they have a trick or whatever, but then we can seal it away. Or we can just hold seal away for the Juggernaut. But I like building our board more. And Thallid allows us an option on the Juggernaut while still leaving a creature behind. I think we're trading for a +3/+3 trample, but that's cool. Oh, all right. That's even better, obviously. Barrage. All right. Well, we dropped Trapper and then finding a untapped. Like, do we have any tapped lands? What's our land situation? I can't remember now. Yeah, Memorial to Glory. So if we find anything but Memorial to Glory, we can tap with Baird next turn. So let's do that. Knigget. Let's make a Knigget joke. Oppo using expensive stuff on our cheap stuff, so it could be a lot worse. And we just need some extra action here. Finally got our land. Now Baird doesn't actually tap anything, and not that tapping anything is relevant. I'm just going to go for biggest power for our mana, and that is the Sentry. That's true. Arvad, if we drew land, Baird into Arvad is a nice pump. This gives us a guaranteed 3, though. But that's true. We did have Baird into Arvad that would have been nice. That's a good question. Ooh, let's see. Wait, let me figure out if we're racing here or not. We've got, we're taking 8 and go to 6, and then we send them 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 6 to 4, we get to seal something away and Vicious Offering. I'm just going to take and use Seal Vicious to kind of shore things up for next turn. They're tapped out. But yes, to the question of something like Baird that says can't attack unless, and something like Juggernaut that says must attack, you basically give the opponent a reason to not attack with the Juggernaut. Basically, Oppo can just not attack. You can't make somebody pay, as I recall. All right, well, I was going to go Seal Vicious, but we can go Knight of Grace, also threatening the Goblin. But I like Seal Away on Skizik. And then, rather than put ourselves at risk, I'm just going to be clean here, take out this dude so that we don't die to some pump spell, and we show lethal next turn, so I like this better. Yeah, there are some cards that, on the language, they say that you must, or that you can force someone to pay, but gonna just try to attack for the win and then follow with a play if we need to after this. Might get burnt out of the sky here, though. Gideon's Reproach incoming. Blessed Light, sure. And let's go Baird, because actually Baird into Arvad is more damage next turn than Arvad now. Not that more damage matters too much, but, you know, maybe lifelink, I don't know. In this spot, I just tend to gravitate towards what's going to deal the most damage. All right, that's probably it. I mean, I guess there's that 1 mana damage prevention, but nobody really plays that. Hey, we won a game. Well, I think we won a game in our matches before, but nice to get the first one of this one. Well, I've totally messed up my... let's fix all this now, too. We are 1-0. We are... Dom... Premiere. Well, I'm sure Ham had reasons. Kyle doesn't play stuff without reasons. It's not useless. I wouldn't play one in our... It would have been cut from our deck. Dom's going away tomorrow, Friday? No 2-drops yet, and we have a lot of them, but I'm going to keep this. Looks fine. If they get hyper aggro, we do have a 2-drop. One more draw to find one naturally, though. That would be ideal. Give us one of those knights. Not ideal. I think like 5 or 6 creatures. Let's see. If you count Dauntless, Benalish, Knight of Grace, Knight of Malice, and then... Okay, so only 4 creatures, but we have like a lot of 2-drop removal. So yeah, I guess we weren't that likely to actually have it. Yeah, let's go Thallid over Trapper. We don't have anything to trigger the Trapper right now, and Thallid trades for something. I mean, if it trades, we get something. Oh, this could be interesting. I mean, we're going to offer this. We send in, and if they block, we have Reproach for the blowout. And if not... We can trap. We can also max out our mana with Bargain. We may be facing a Syncopate, though, and Trapper actually gets around Syncopate. So I'm going to drop Trapper, see if it pauses. All right, there is a pause. Let's keep that in mind. Hey, Argentina. Welcome, Tech. Yeah, probably up against Syncopate. Let's play around this game. And right now, we can still do that with both the Gideon's Reproach and the Seal Away on the backswing. Right now, with the Arcanist, Syncopate can do an X of 2. So we need to leave 2 up, which we can do with both, again, the Gideon's Reproach and the Seal Away. And I'm going to put him to the test here. They might have Blink. Like, Blink would be a reasonable thing for them to do here, but we still Reproach as a 1-for-1, so even if they have Blink, this isn't bad. Yeah, Befuddle. It's still, at the end of the day, we're trading a Reproach for a Courser, and that's fine. Anything else that happens is whatever. Or we just get it all. How about that? Obviously, a Seal Away can't Syncopate now with all that mana up, so we'll keep that in mind. Divination is great, but hopefully we can get them dead before they can leverage their card advantage. And we have some card advantage waiting in the wings of our own, also with the Soul Salvage. Don't mind land when we're up against Syncopate. Right now, Oppo could Syncopate for 3, so we can't even Dark Bargain. We're gonna send in and see what they've got, if anything, and hope that they go shields down enough for us to bargain at the end of their turn. All right, so we're looking at a blink, and we say sure on that. Did they just draw that, or did they decline to save their dude? Probably just declined to save the Skitters. It wasn't doing that much. Now we're gonna hope that we can seal that away eventually. We do get to bargain now, so that's nice. Right, X of 3, or X of, no, they can still do it. Unfortunately, if we go for the bargain, they can still do it. If I missed a window for bargaining, that was just my bad, I guess, but I don't think we ever had one. I did the math and we never had one, right? Oh, blink, yeah, blink. The blink moment I forgot. Absolutely. Should have cast bargain when they blinked. Good call. I missed that moment. But we're going to just keep the Dark Bargain rather than let them pate it, I think. Unless we really want to just, like, trade bargain for Syncopate. My question is, let's see. If we have 7 mana, we can pay for 5x and Syncopate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, there's an argument for Dark Bargaining now. Let them Syncopate it just so that our seal away for sure resolves. So that's what I'm going to do. And if they let us have this, I'm fine with that too. But I want to bait the Syncopate now so that seal away can help us with that bomb. All right, we got it as expected. My graveyard, nothing there yet. I mean, I can play the Trapper, but if they do have another one even, I'd rather just play like we got nothing here. Oh, they know we have Trapper. If we don't play Trapper, we're telegraphing heavily, but I'm going to count on the counters being done. I don't think we can beat a second counter. I'm going to... because they can play around Syncopate. Or Syncopate gets us anyway if they have another one. So I'm going to Trapper. And we're just going to hope that they do not have a second counter. And if they send Shalai, I'm going to take 3. We're going to absolutely let them connect and hopefully do something on their second main and then seal away. They may be feeling out for instance from us here, but they can't know exactly what they are. Unless, yeah, that's a weird, that is weird. Seal away what? Seal away an Arcanist? Why are we getting priority? There was tapped stuff. And you can, this can be cast on an empty board. I think it's very weird that Gregorio is... Although maybe they're playing around more reproach level stuff. They didn't want to do this last time, but they do want to do it this time. I'm still going to, as said, take it and hope that they cast a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, that's fair, War Furnace. Oppo being potentially smart to not risk Shalai. But we're going to try it. Cross your fingers. Game comes down to this, really. All right. We got there. Could tap. I like tap, attack. We do have this soul salvage that needs to get something eventually. Let's apply some pressure with them at 8 with the soul salvage backup. I guess it lets us choose the Arcanist to die. And Arcanists are good at blocking Danitha, so there's that. We're gonna play both our lands so that we can soul salvage and cast one. That's why I like blue. Can't complain too much about that. It's just what blue has available. I can't complain too much about this. We will exile the clutches, and she have vigilance. Oh, excellent. So I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here and play Trapper, and then go for the Blessed Light exile on Imbolus's clutches mid-attack. Then we get a 2/2 first striker on our side that's untapped because of the vigilance. And hopefully this works out. Boom. Suck it, Bolas. Bolas is like, what was that, mortal? Well played, Oppo. You sucked my suck it. Now I'm in trouble. We can double block it at least. And well, we're at 17. Let's see. We could actually just find some natural removal for that. We do have Vicious Offering. We have 2 Vicious Offerings and Eviscerate and another Blessed Light. Like, but I don't want the lifelink to pile up. I'm going to do it. Let's make him have it, right? Because they can get one, but then the other one, ostensibly this is a 1-for-1. So... And they haven't shown, like, they had to draw something, and I think they just drew clutches. I'm going to do it. Don't hurt me! Still a window. Right here, still a window. Fair enough. We're also landlording pretty heavily in our aggro deck, so I think with a little bit better mana luck, we would have already won this thing, but we are flooding badly. Lots of outs to Danitha here, though. Fewer to the Snapper. And almost nothing to the Snapper on Sarah's wings. We do, however, have another Blessed Light, so we're not going to give up yet. We can find a Blessed Light to get out of this. And in fact, Blessed Light mid-combat could actually drop the Snapper and let us pick it off. But apparently we can draw nothing but lands here, so... very close to dead. Very close, but we are still here.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Hear what I mean? Point is, we can knock it out of the sky and kill it, is my point. Haj says we're definitely dead. Oh, come on, magic gods. Haj is saying I'm definitely dead. Can you please give me the tools to show him that that is not true? By all means, chat, curse me. Tell me I'm definitely dead, because that's the kind of thing that gets the magic gods to give you a turnaround. I'm glad you're not, Hodge, because that's patently untrue, right? I mean, come on, deck. 6, 11, 12, 13 of our 17. That's not a way to win a Magic game. Well, now we were. I'm not sure when your timing on that actual dead was, Jim. But as long as we had outs to Blessed Light on the wings, we were not dead. Played to our outs, lost some bombs. What can you do? Managed some bombs, failed to manage the final bombs. 2 Blessed Lights indeed. All right, keep this. Did Oppo just put us on the play? Interesting. I guess you could call this generally a attrition style format. I tend to still want to get out early though. It's been, even though it's a grindy format, I still feel like I want to get on the front foot. So historically I have not drawn in this format, but I would defer to the Hams and the Ben Starks. If they're drawing every time, I'm probably doing it wrong. This is where too many coursers is what I'm talking about. Like, if courser's not lifting up attackers, it's not really doing anything but being a 1/3 flyer. So they can get worse in multiples, but still don't mind having the ones we've got here. What I mind is that we're not doing anything on turn 4 at all. It doesn't in best of 1. Yeah, I guess I didn't get the choice here, but I was thinking about it. It's actually worth thinking. I'm curious if Ben did have the choice, whether they would. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking to best of 3, not best of 1. Well, Oppo not doing anything. We're not doing anything. The trouble is, if they got to syncopate, we don't get to soul salvage Arvad, but I'm going to send in the courser, and we're, of course, going to try to cast our spells. No, we're already at 16. I don't know why you'd want to go to 15, Wolf. And I don't know if you're serious, Wolf, but anybody who, if you are, I just want to nip that in the bud. You can't be thinking, I have flooded a couple times, therefore my land count is wrong. Like, your land count should be based on your assessment of your deck and what it's doing and what its needs are, not what happened to you the last 2 games. So just be careful about that. I hear that kind of mentality, like, I'm having a rough go this game, maybe I should change my mana. Never change it because of the variance you're experiencing in a game or two. If you're going to make a change to your deck, you should be able to explain why, and the why should not be, I got unlucky last game, right? Cloud Reader hopefully eats a reproach, but we're going to replay Arvad next. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, like deck dependent. If people talking about Ben S's philosophy on this format. And certainly if you have lots of cheap removal and can guarantee that you're very unlikely to get run over because of your high count of, like, you know, reproaches and vicious offerings or whatever, then you can get away with being on the draw. But we'll do this. I could try to get him with a courser, but I'm not gonna, like, if we attack with the courser, it's just obvious we have the reproach. I want to use the reproach when they're attacking with the Sphinx because they just think it's a free attack. Skin Witch is definitely better on the play because you want to get that on. You want to witch before they witch. All right, good. If they're going to remove our legend, glad that it's not exiling it. We can soul salvage it back. And now I'm going to appear to be racing. Oh, perfect, really. I don't want to do soul salvage yet for low value, but we can go ahead and swing Courser, drop Thallid, and have Reproach. See you, Poseidon. Surveyor finding second splash, it looks like. I was going to say, with your base green with Grow, you can absolutely double splash in the format, so that I don't even think of that as particularly greedy. Now I'm going to telegraph our Reproach and send in. Do your worst. I have double splashed often with a Skitters and a Grow. You can totally do it. Haven't really gotten Ariel going so far. That was our pack one, pick one that we've basically built around. We went Ariel into Arvad. It's a tough creature to beat, but we may have the tools here. Let's see, with 8 mana, we could soul salvage, have 5 left, Arvad, and turn Ariel into a sweet situation. But we can also go well, we could attack in. I do want to start creating knights, right? We gotta threaten them in like 2 turns here, which basically means crash in, play Knight of Malice, make a knight. Yeah, I think we just gotta keep attacking. We might just be dead here, and we're taking 7 if we don't block, and I don't want to chump with Ariel. We could consider it if we were really worried. There's +3/+3 trample. You know, there's some reach that could get us. But I think we have to not play around tricks and hope that 7 is the most they could do. Well, we could salvage now, but what do we don't, like, just to use the mana, then we get Arvad in hand, you mean? I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. So we'll do we'll take the 1 back. Oh right, sorry, we were just temporarily flying. Good call. Can't jump anyway. Well, let's see. If Dargaz stays back, then that's a sign that we may be okay. But look, 6 cards, 1,000,000 mana, 2 colors, us to 3. I'm not loving our chances here, honestly. I'm just assuming there's something in their hand to keep them alive long enough for Dargaz to get there. But it's possible a flying 6/6 when we drop Arvad and make the knight fly with an extra knight that we make with this tap ability. Like, maybe we can get there. Grow, interesting. They're going to have 4 mana up now. Surveyor. Not like they still can't swing Daragaz here because we get to kill the Surveyor mid-combat with Ariel in this spot. A lot of defenders. Good luck, Tron. Is he streaming? You gonna get to watch it later? Hey, now that's not bad for Team Us. We have 1, 2, 3 knights, so we can kill like the Thalid with the black ability, kill the Surveyor with and then if they block the biggest, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we have lethal. So we go. Maybe we have lethal without even playing Arvad, right? We just go Vicious Offering. I think we do. I think we have the mana for everything. 2 for the Offering, 1 for the Ariel, and then 5 for the Arvad. It's just that Arvad doesn't matter. Exactly. So I don't think it matters, but I'll play it. It lets us do everything. Go full control, though. Now, whatever, this works. Do we get there? Tight! Very tight! But we got there. Woo! Nice! Good job, Tron. 1 for the old belt notch. All right, that was a fun one. Narrow wins are always exciting. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know there's lots of streamers you could be checking out, and you're here with me. I feel very valued and special because of that, and appreciate you all very much. If you're here, you're not usually hanging around, but you like what you're seeing, don't forget to give me a follow. Maybe you'll see you again around here. Still none of our 4 2-drops, but again, we're not going to throw this back. Quite a curve out of legendary here. Thank you, Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler's hearing me. Appreciate that a lot. You bring up an interesting point. Robert says, if not streaming, can we verify it was the Ben S? One of my suggestions when I was on the arena team, because we were doing the orange name is, oh, you're so late, Knight of Grace. What a curve out that would have been. Knight into Danitha, into Ariel, or into Arvad. Woo! Ah, well, we'll get back to you. Could also just start on Thalid, but I will go ahead and... I mean, Danitha's likely to die here, honestly, but she gets so good with what's coming up. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to play her. Anyway, one of my suggestions on the arena team was do for big streamers and big name pros what we were doing for staff. You know, staff are in mythic orange. We could have made a green or, you know, some other color that represents VIP or verified account. Basically the Twitter check mark for Arena. And can't 2-spell with these two, so I'm just going to drop Ariel as planned. Although, again, I'm going to attack first. See if they've got something for Danitha. I'm going to risk it. We could get countered here, but if we do, we got a really nice follow anyway, so I'm going to risk it. We also, if it's not Syncopate, we have, yeah, if it's Wizard's Retort, we do have the Raise Dead. I don't know if anybody liked playing around that. I mean, like I said, I kind of felt like we were going to get countered. I just like that we had this coming on after. And I will do this now. We could go play 2 spells and drop Arvad next, but if they're tapped out, I'm gonna play Arvad while they're tapped. They have an 06, but we get some life here. Oh, really? They don't want to block that. Can they not block it? Why didn't they block that? Interesting. That is Cardboard Live. Oppo got all sorts of removal. We're looking for our Soul Salvage now. But we do have a 2-spell turn here, a Knight of Grace and Aven Sentry, and then the Sentry can keep clocking. Blood Tallow needs 6, so it can't get anything this turn. A lot of mana up here. Not sure what that's about, but we're going to make him have whatever. That's fine. We get to drop a land and recast both. Yes, could have played around Syncopate. I don't know. I went for it knowing that we would likely get countered, but felt like drawing that out was fine. Bodyguard is not going to help with the Blood Tallow Candle. I think I will swing in, see what they want to kill, and then Dauntless. I'm expecting they kill Bird, but it's possible they go for Danitha. They might just decide, oh, Danitha is the scary legend. You never know what some people... like, legend just gets some people to do things. And who do you want to guard here? It might not even be Danitha. Might be Knight that has higher power. Hey, Breaker. Hodge wants to protect Danitha, though. But we might just want to protect this because it's better, right? All right, I'll follow the... I don't think it matters that much. We're about going wide and getting there at this point. Yeah, but Hexproof doesn't stop it from, like, dying in combat or whatever. Well, not on... Yes, if they're small enough. My presumption is we can't count on 3 or less toughness forever. Of course, at that point, we're not really doing much with the Grace Knight anyway. Again, I just don't think it matters all that much. Now, they can't do Tallow. Thallid and Bodyguard, we'd trade happily for Rona, so this is still a swing-away situation. Then we drop the Memorial and hope that helps us get wide enough to get there. They have to decide whether they're going to trade off Rona here. Looks like they are. Well. Vicious, vicious. So be it. For those wondering, Bodyguard does not save Danitha from -X removal. It's doing something, but this is not doing good work. Let's be clear. This is doing something, but I wouldn't call it good work. We've just been attacking straight through it and getting them near 0 because it can't kill any of our stuff. It's kept them alive, but this could have been something else. What if this were a 3-3 for 4? If this were a 3-3 for 4, we would have stopped our attacking. So, yes, it has done something. I question whether it has done as much as some of you are suggesting. Here we can just offer the familiar and get in. All right. They still had a turn to live. I'm surprised they did that. They go to 3, or they go to 2. They untap, kill one of our 2 powers, and then have a block on the other one to only, you know, I thought that was an early scoop, Oppo. Yeah, we were looking good, but those are the best comeback stories. Oh, that's true. I'm forgetting my own land. Maybe Oppo was reading the board better than I was. Did not remember my own land. I'm sure y'all would have reminded me before it was too late. How many of my packs are unopened? Probably under 10 of various sets. I usually open when I see 10 plus. All right. Not the hyper fastest start, but we would consider vicious something on 2, and if we can find some action for 3 or 4, we at least have bargain on 4. So we have a 2 and a 4. I just want to get on board, and nothing here gets us on board before 5, but we have draws. Like to stop drawing land, though. All right, Thallid is something to do on 3, and maybe they'll play something on 3 of their own that we want to offer. That would be ideal. Like, something we can straight up kill that we're happy to do. Like, if they play a Thallid, I'll probably let it go. But yeah, Drake, I'll kill. Let's do it. Perfectly reasonable. Lets us kind of curve out from here on the spells we already have in hand. Of course, in my blue-black decks, I was always looking to eventually get this back as a 4-4. We'll see if that happens. And now something better than a Dark Bargain. We'll play Baird after combat. Don't care if this gets countered or bounced or whatever. Gonna offer that and see what they want to do. It's really just okay. It's got a cool frame and everything, but it's just okay. I'm very happy to have that painted, as opposed to either of these two. Mirari Conjecture is going to let us know that that pate is there. We can play around that. And Arvad attack here. Looks like they're not going to get any Chapter 2 value out of Deathbloom, which I also like. Or sorry, out of Mirari Conjecture. Feels like if they had anything else to do, I would have done that. I don't know, maybe this is all they could come up with, but usually you want to wait till a few more turns before you bother with a Conjecture. Like, this must have been just a fresh draw, or that you would have played that over Conjecture. Now we've got Reproach on that, and Dark Bargain even with shields down. going to be a good turn for us, I think. If they choose not to block here, that's fine too. Pause, because they can cast a Syncopate for 0. It doesn't necessarily mean opt or anything. I bet you Amonkhet will be Premier. I can't imagine them bringing a new product like that, Tron, and not making it Premier. It would be a mistake I would do a soapbox on if they don't have it in Premiere. I would be saying, what are they thinking? We'll take the non-lands and have hopefully the mana to play around the known pate. But note that effectively here they have, well, I don't know, they've doubled their spells, so maybe they come up with some nice spell doubling here, which is why they did it. That would explain it, honestly. If they come up with some really sweet spell doubles here, that could explain why they went for the early as possible Mirari. But right now they're not getting a lot of value out of it, so I'm curious where they go with it from here. Yeah, Blink you could have just cast on the Conjecture itself. Although maybe you want to wait to do it twice. Yeah, that's good. Double Eviscerate. You get some value out of that Conjecture. Let's see, do we need... They can do X of 2. We don't have anything to eviscerate, so we'll go tap Memorial, play the Pegasus. We can attack first. Oh, because the sack goes on the stack? Really? I have to read. I didn't think Chapter 3 could resolve with Conjecture still on the battlefield. That was what I was thinking, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Right? Because to double your blink, Chapter 3 would have had to happen. How does Chapter 3 happen with Conjecture still on the board? Is it happen and then sack tree? I don't know. Let's see. Memorial wants 5 total, and Pegasus wants 3, so we'll play the land, and we get Pegasus plus Crack Memorial. Could eviscerate while shields are down, but we got Pegasi and the life lead, so I'm not concerned about destroying a ground creature here. No, you can save stuff. You just can't save stuff with Chapter 3 already having happened, Robert. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you get it all. You can get it all back. I'm just saying you can't double blink. You don't get the effect of Chapter 3 and save the saga that has Chapter 3. Huh. Do they know? I'm just going to take this because we can make... I would rather get wide. I could kill the Thallid, but I don't even want that. I think it's great that they're attacking. And X of 4, 5, 6, 7. X of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cannot cast an Eviscerate. But I just like... we don't need to throw away a 1/1. We can just send in the ones that fly, because it's just gonna. They have no reason not to block it, right? All right. Wait a second now. That one's on that one, so this one goes on that one. Maybe that was just a scoop. Yep, looks like it. Cruising along with my least favorite color here. But as you'll see, I'll still play it when the packs and draft dictate. Certainly did this time. Yeah, a lot of white gold cards that can draw you in. Nice. Although, let's see. Memorial actually hurting us here because I do want the 1, 2, 3 curve out, and I'm going to try for it. We're going to go Plains, Swamp, try to find a natural untapped land for a turn 3 Courser, and then play Memorial later. White. Black's my second favorite. My favorite colors, and that I'm careful to say favorite, not best. I don't want to get into that argument exactly, but my favorite color is blue, second is black, third is green, fourth is red, and fifth is white in this format. All right, we didn't find the natural basic here, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Knight of Grace this turn. In general, if you're talking about in general, then we're getting into like constructed preferences. I mean, I guess my favorite color in limited is blue because I do like dirtly strategies a lot, but I'm too spiky. At the end of the day, my favorite color in limited is the best color in the format, and I'm not apologetic about that. All right. Memorial hurts us a little bit on board development here, but only by a point. Yeah, well, that's not unconnected, right? War Furnace, who says Boros is worst pair and worst legendary uncommon. Hold on, I got a call about Rocket. Never mind, I missed a call about Rocket. We'll check in with that later. Well, I'm going to offer the Reproach, of course. Rocket is my doggy, yep. And don't mind the no block because we're going to play Courser, and our aggro is on. They need to deal with our stuff or we're going to win. Rocket had a case of fleas, so he went and got the official vet treatment. That's, a lot of the over-the-counter stuff for fleas, if your pet gets fleas, are pretty garbage. Bunch of chemicals that don't work, but he's got the good treatment now and is in recovery. But I don't know what this call was about exactly. All right, now Oppo is staying back to block. Maybe they have something for the Reproach, but we could also just Pegasus Courser Knight and then play the other. Attack with these two, play this one, and not even because they left mana up. I kind of am sniffing a response, a trick, something to get us. I'm going to send just Courser and Knight of Grace, and then drop the other Courser. They may have something of their own. All right, seal away. That's fine. Still good for us, I think. Could go dark. Nah, we'll do this. This is aggro. We'll be more aggro. Maybe they just wanted to... Well, they knew we had a Courser, so maybe their thought was block and eat the one that doesn't fly, and or threaten the one that does. I mean, it did hold the bodyguard back, right? So I think they were just trying to hold back some of our attack, which worked. Now, I guess they think they're racing, which is also very fine with us. We're going to let that happen, of course. That's also excellent. Really doesn't do much. Doesn't add any defense to the board. We have Blessed Light and Reproach. We can do what we will here. They may have a Reproach or another Seal Away or something. 2 mana suggests that maybe, but we still are in a good spot. Yeah, I like holding up everything here, seeing what they want to do about it. And this is Exile, so we can even let them go to attacks here, and it's not... Do we get punished somehow for it being attacking? I'm not going to mess around. Let's just do this now. Cost them some mana. We don't have anything that augments these attackers, right? I'm just going to attack first. They're flying high into the sky, way above all of us. Let's bargain, look for a 2-drop. Get that instead. Show them the land they know about. Leaves Reproach off the table, but I don't think they're going to be hasty. Maybe there's something hasty I'm not thinking of, but usually that's a red thing. No, oh yeah, maybe the newer ones do. Oppo got a lot of removal, but is this Courser just gonna get there? We'll see. Soul Salvage says, if not Courser, whatever we can get back will. We could just make land dudes, but I like getting back... Like, we can get back Courser and Bodyguard and cast both, so let's do that. These are better than 1/1s. Exploding McWhalen. Envoy, not enough. We got to eviscerate for that. And double flying. Still lethal right now. No longer lethal, but I guess we may as well make Courser indestructible for what that's worth. We're going to leave everything up here. I don't need to eviscerate that envoy. I'm just going to save Memorial Mana and hope that's enough here with the double Courser. History, not enough. Even removal spells not enough here, so yeah, looks good for us. GG Oppo. I can play lands over quickly. It's one of my heuristics that causes me to also make some mistakes. Yeah, that deck was a touch greedy. No, really, there's nothing. I can finish this up. I'll give the vet a call after I'm off air here. Let's finish up this event, and I mean, unless you're all dying to know. Is it going to be too hard on you to not know what it's about? Here, I'll listen to the voicemail. Looks like they're just following up on some shots that he needs coming up. Well, no black mana, really rough to see here because it's kind of like we've already mulliganed, but I don't think this is better than I don't think this is worse than a random 6. So we're going to keep, even though the plains is the 4th white source is not super useful. Bodyguard into Danitha into Ariel is worth keeping. That's, of course, assuming we get some black, which, you know. Oh, sorry, I was distracted. I meant to go Plains Bodyguard. Got our black at least. That's nice. So they should be... this is a 2-point mistake. We'll see if it costs us. They should be at 18. Another of my heuristics. You see a ETB tapped mana. Of course you play it on 1, because who has 1-drops? Oh, we did. Now, if the lands could stay back for a bit, that would be fine. We don't have any double black. Don't really need a second swamp right now. Just want to draw action. Action! That is definitely action, because it is action that gets more action. That's true. Although, again, we still get it only requires 1 black. It just means we can't do 2 black spells on the same turn. I hear you, though. Fruit flies. And this is kind of why I don't love Danitha. She's all looking cool in her frame with the legendary and all this stuff, but actually 2/2s get outclassed quite quickly, so there is that. However, we're going to drop Ariel, and that's going to be nice. We get to make we get to just kill this thing. If our Ariel lives, that is. Ariel caused us to like draft all the knights we could find. They're hovering over our stuff. Don't kill my stuff! Although it's white-green. I don't know what white-green does on 4 mana to kill any of this. I think killing it is better if it enables an attack, but it doesn't necessarily... Well, it does enable an Adanitha attack, you know? So, we'll see. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, I think steadily picking off their creatures is going to be better than making our own. I don't know. Depends on what we draw, I suppose. Let's see. If we find a swamp, then we get Dark Bargain plus that. But we'll see. Let's see what we draw. Death Bloom. Unfortunately, this doesn't allow us to do any of that. We could go Dark Bargain looking for a swamp. Or... I think let's go look for a swamp, and then it unlocks a lot of our possibility. Let's do this. There's a swamp, and I hate taking a land when we've got 2 in hand, but we do want another swamp. We could just take Reproach and Night. What does that do? Maybe that's just better. I was all about getting another swamp here, and it does let us kill something this turn. Yeah, this is a removal spell this turn. This is a removal spell with work. So let's go Swamp for the removal this turn and then decide Night or more removal. I'm going to go... well, they're not playing black, so our Night's not the best. This Night's not the best. But more Nights or more removal. I'm going to take Swamp and Night. No attacks. Trying to decide if we're doing the shields down, but since everything needs to tap, I'm going to keep our defenses up and attempt to kill stuff at the end of their turn. Yeah, I know that our own black creatures trigger it. I just mean that it would be extra good if it turned off their black removal spells. Of course, they have black removal spells. We know where they're using it anyway. It's not like the Knight is the prime target for removal here. Song. Well, if I let this happen, these can immediately tap for mana, so I better kill one here. And we could kill one of these and leave up, like, Danitha. So... interesting. Leave up Danitha to block the other one. Or kill the 2/3. I think... oh, don't we... oh, yeah, okay, so we have to do this for 2. We can't even do 3? Never mind. I was thinking I got to tap Ariel as well. Not a choice at all, it turns out. Yeah, I just thought I got to count Ariel. I thought we had 1, 2, 3, but we only had 1, 2. Yep. Understood now. This might become a reading stream at some point, but we're not there yet. Well, that's pretty hefty. And unfortunately, Seal Away is pretty much never going to take care of Sarah. But I do like getting another Knight out. And then we can kill a 3. And we could Seal Away. I like, though, Knight, Death Bloom, and then have another kill 3. You know, kill 3 power. But we don't even need that. Again, now that I understand that it's power, we can kill this for 2. Yeah, I could have killed Sergeant, right. I swear I understand what this card does now. Maybe. I'm gonna go knight though. Add another knight to the board seems fine. And then maybe I just leave seal plus, like we have options here if we just leave this all back. Say no attacks. Yeah, I like True's line. If we let Chapter 3 happen with the Angel still alive, Angel gets to 5/5, and then we have a big problem. We can make a knight here and have the 4 knights needed to take out Angel before it gets a counter. Sap with the kick. Pretty darn good. With Song, they're going to get to be 2/2s that can have a nice attack, but we still have to keep our eyes on the Sarah Angel prize. Trouble is, we're going to take a massive smack next turn. Because we need to tap all of our knights to kill the Angel, meaning we're going to be completely open to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creature to heavy powered attack. And we're already taking 4, so yeah, this could be rough. Maybe, but we got what we got. Our only chance is to start by the Sarah Angel plan. Ideally, we find like something off the top, maybe the exile. If we can exile Sarah Angel with a spell and leave all this defense up, then we're going to be in a much better shape. So we're kind of hoping for a exile spell, exile 5 mana off the top. They're tapped out. No, actually, they can still do stuff. So let's take the damage and do this very much at the end of their turn. Tragic Poet can do stuff if you got the sagas for it, for sure. Generally not a very good card, but it has synergies. Arvad, interesting, but not going to do it. We can play it and still do our Ariel thing. At least we get a reasonable blocker, so that's nice. It's good, but not yet. Buffs Danitha that we're going to tap to kill Sarah. Like, none of this matters this turn because we're going to be killing Sarah. We could attack, though, and she gets some damage in, so that's reasonable. And, yeah, we can send both. Send our Vigilance. Could even offer this Knight. If they want to trade Knight for any of their saps, we would like that. And we still get the Ariel in response if they do that. So I'm going to send this as well. And they all have Vigilance, so we can still do the thing, is the main thing. Also, this Knight actually is a Knight. So we actually can leave... we can even leave like a Danitha back as a defender. So yeah. Yeah. Well, we can still send the 2/2, right? And then still leave Danitha up? You don't like sending the 2/2? All right, well, we'll do this. It's got Vigilance. Nice. I mean, do we need the blocks? Like, Danitha's lifelink really helped us out there. And we got to do the kill on Sarah before Song makes her immune anyway, so... What? Oh, yeah, but we don't want to let it get indestructible, or else we're just taking 5 needlessly. I mean, you want to let it hit us? So, whatever, I'm going to do it now. I think that was correct, and I'm gonna hold the land. Always a free swing when you have Chapter 3 Saga. It's just lifelink, trample indestructible vigilance just means you can just go ham when you're Chapter 3. It means that this is somewhat of a risky block because they could have Pump that takes out Danitha, but we're going to try and save some damage here. Usually, actually, if I'm going to do that, I should just do it on a 3 power. So let's try this. You're expecting charge? We could play around it and just put it on a 2. Can we beat charge? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. With this block, we still beat a charge and we get some life back. So yeah, we could play around charge. I know, I'll get to Amy's raid in a second here, just in a thoughtful spot with 0 hourglasses. I'm going to block. We can't beat Onslaught. If they got Onslaught, we salute and move on. Welcome, Amazonian friends. Thank you, Amy. Welcome, everybody. For those of you from Amy's stream who don't know me, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created Limited Resources with Marshall Sutcliffe back in 2009. Then I left that podcast to work at Wizards of the Coast for 7 years. Then I left that I left that place, and here I am streaming. Trying to get to win number 6 here with a... where we started here was pick 1 Ariel, and actually went pick 2 Arvad. I usually don't pick Arvad, pick 2, but come on, it's a black and white knight that pumps other legends. It was kind of a perfect follow to Ariel. Huh, we just faced history in our last match. Great deck from Oppo going hyper wide here. I don't usually see green-white decks that I like in this format, but Oppo's is quite good. Can we somehow get him? I don't know. That song makes things hyper rough. I think if we find... we got some coursers, some Pegasus coursers that enable flying. I think we might be able to get there with lifelink flying if we find like a courser off the top or... yeah. We're up against it, though. That song is awfully good. And yeah, Danitha is doing some work with the help of Arvad. This is complicated. I got Ariel. I got no hourglasses, so I got a lot of complicated stuff to figure out on the fly. Whether we're making new knights or killing what we see. Probably have to start killing stuff before it gets bigger with another song. Fungal plots. At this point, if they want to sack saps to draw, that's actually good for us. I don't know what Fungal Plots does except chew up graveyard. Blessed Light. Blessed be indeed. What do we get with this? It's almost like too much. 7 means we get Seal Away plus Blessed Light. We could just take out a sap. Yeah, we could take out the Song if we feel like Song is what beats us here. We have a turn, though. We don't even need to do this now if we wanted to go Death Bloom. All right, let's get Song, but let's worry about... If we're getting Song, we don't need to worry about it for attacks. We need to worry about what we have for attacks. With Seal Away... Well, Danitha in the first strike is still a good attacker here. And then we have Ariel to defeat something if they try a double block. So I'm going to send just Danitha. Although maybe we just keep her back. This is tough. Again, I just feel like... But they need to pile everything on. So I'm going to really try. We may have to use Blessed Light to save Danitha, but if we are, it probably means we're in a great spot, because then the song won't matter because so much stuff is going to die, right? If we kill 2 things with Blessed Light and then Danitha takes care of the rest, it would be worth it. And we could mess around with letting him untap, but I don't want him to kick something insane because we let him have chapter 2 of song. If we're gonna kill the song, let's do it now. And then we have Seal Away for possible swings from them. And we have Ariel killing something. Oppo in the tank on what? I'm not sure. Nothing Oppo can do stops the Blessed Light. Am I not reading something? Not sure. Graveyard Purge is annoying because we do have a soul salvage, but no, well, chapter 1 still works on all of these. Like they can still all tap for mana, but it goes away on untap. Yeah. They can't? I thought they were hitting our yard. Oh, you're right. It's your graveyard. I was thinking of the ooze. I don't like using Seal yet. Maybe it was our one window, but I would rather just use Ariel than Seal here. Good call. True observing that if we have a choice of what to kill with History of Benalia coming, we should kill Knigets. Probably 3-power Knigets. I could have overtapped. I'm trying to play quickly. This is not a knight. We want to kill knights ahead of history. This is effectively a 5/4 or whatever if we let it live. Honor Guard is fine. Let's see, we have 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could make a knight, or we could just play it all. And I like Honor Guard, Death Bloom, leave up Ariel, Death Trigger again. Now Danitha has quite the uphill battle to get through. I don't like Danitha anymore. I think we go Honor Guard, Thallid, and try to do some... Oh, shoot. Got auto-tapped. Sorry. Now I'm going to have to just leave it. It's important to keep this, I think. Although we could... Yeah, that's too bad. Oops. Or maybe I manually tapped. Somehow, bottom line, I didn't pay attention to my mana. My fault. But we're going to say no attacks. If they do choose to attack, Seal Away has some value, though. Yeah, we could also make chump tokens. I think right now we're mana heavy enough that I don't think I want to crack the glory yet, unless it was essential. Neither of us have hourglasses. Funny, usually I'm the one with 0 hourglasses, and Oppo's like, what is up? In this case, we're both being very thoughtful. All right, big swing. What does this mean? What are we playing around, if anything? I think we got to do a bunch of blocking. And seal away as needed. Like, I want to put Arvad on a 2/2, so if we need to seal that away, we could. I like offering a straight up... I like winning. Y'all like winning? We got it. Apparently, Oppo saw through the tea leaves better than I did. I'll take it. You know what that means? Actually, we were there before. But 6 wins... That was a hard-fought win. Glad to get it. Now we have 1 foul to give in our quest for 7 wins. I know I'm covering up the losses, but we are 6-1, as the record on screen says. After we finish this match, I thought I would show you all the place I've been playing a lot of games lately that maybe you'd be interested in, which is Board Game Arena. I don't know if there's any Board Game Arena users out there, but I thought I'd give you a quick tour of that site and show you the games I'm playing against my buddy Chris. This is not keepable. You split this to Swamp and Plains, we're pretty happy with this, actually. Bodyguard into Honor Guard into hopefully Pegasus would be wonderful, but show me the Plains on top and I sneak, but as it is, we got to throw this one back. I see how it's going to be, deck. We're going to keep this, though, and pitch a Swamp and hope we find a Plains. If we don't find a Plains, we're not going to win anyway, so I'm going to be greedy on the land front. Vandal Redemption requested.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Worst draw on our deck right now. Although now it's not, because we have Dark Bargain. Pated. All right. I'm with you, Alden Knight. My wife is not in any way, shape, or form a gamer and has no interest in playing board games with me whatsoever. Somehow we still love each other, but touch and go there for a minute. No, you know, you fill in each other's gaps sometimes. I kind of like playing out, maxing our mana. If we find a 2-drop, we can go play 2 spells next turn, or we just get Sentry next turn. This does more damage, I suppose. Kind of expecting whatever we do to get countered. So to that end, maybe we do offer a Knight of Grace. Yeah, all right. I'd rather have this get countered, and it does more damage in the immediate. So, like, it's both a better short-term play and the one I'd rather have countered. So let's go ahead and be mana inefficient here. I look at a marriage as like you're each a gear, and you know, sometimes great marriages, there's a lot of perfect. I fill in your weaknesses, but then it's not perfect because you also need overlap. I don't know. You need a mix of filling in gaps and overlap, I think, for maximum marital bliss. Let's go Sentry here, though. Get on board, and then we have backup plans coming up. Probably just gonna bargain. I'll just go Courser. Lots of removal from Oppo, but that's why I like having a Dark Bargain in the format. Really unlocks that a bit. Here, I'm going to play the land out, play Baird, and then there's a reasonable... I don't know. Yeah, we'll play Baird. It's using our mana most efficiently, and I like to save the Dark Bargain till after we've deployed what we can to the board. Build the board first, then refill is my general heuristic there. Not really a playable spell in my experience, but maybe Keith here at 6-1 presumably is getting so aggro with the red-blue that's proving useful. I'm a little surprised. I like Trapper here, though. Sentry, Sentry, Sentry! What? Well, I'll trade Journey Mage if they offer. Although Trapper does immediately tap something. Let's see what they want to do. I'm surprised they weren't willing to offer the Journey Mage there. Well, I guess we just have the straight Sentry block. That's why they didn't. I'm thinking in terms of what we can trade with. They're thinking in terms of the uselessness of the attack, because it just gives us a choice, so that's totally fair. Baird can't be recast under our current mana situation, but I'm going to go again with Trapper. Let's go Courser. Who's beat down here? Hard to say. I think I'll go with Trapper number 2. If they kill one of our Trappers, we still have a block. But I'm going to wait. I'll wait, because now if we draw Plains, we can Baird and double tap. And I'll just do the save 3, because right now this is R3 for their 6, which is fine. I'm talking about life, R3 life for their 6 life. Oh, wow, and nothing to help with that. Interesting. All right. Go Trappers. And Danitha, sure. Yeah, Danitha is great on this board, helps with the race, and neither of these can attack into her without help. And then Plains into Baird is some business. Let's gonna go Courser. I'm gonna go bargain, though. Let's look for some land. Got land. Do we want both land? We definitely want the Plains, of course, but probably just want Reproach in the Plains. And I will hold here. If they want to... This is a 1-for-1-ish. So maybe I shouldn't have done this. We have Soul Salvage, so I think it's fine. I didn't really think it through, though, honestly. I didn't actually say to myself, yes, offer that trade. I just kind of swung. Turns out it's fine, but I wish I had been a little more disciplined in my thinking there. And I do want the tap here, so we're going to take tap and attack. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, it totally works out, and I think if I think it through, I decide to offer that anyway, but I offered it without thinking, which is, of course, a mistake I make sometimes. I'm thinking here we're just going to offer that and then have Soul Salvage or Pegasus Courser on the follow. Might get a scoop here. Could also have sacked this to make sure, but there's not really pump. I get they can pump attackers, but there's not like +3/+3 for red. That is close and keeps them alive for a turn, but really says we're probably just winning next turn. I'm going to go with Courser to make something fly over Honor Guard, which could be a 3/2. They're only at 1. The power doesn't really matter. It's whether or not we can connect with something, so let's get the Courser down. All right, what do you know? Had some rough luck in my initial run with Dominaria last week, and maybe the key was getting out of my comfort zone and drafting a color I don't really like. 7-1 with much maligned base white. We'll take it. And let's see, do we have... What's our pack situation? Maybe we got something to open. Oh, close. We'll open 2021. Maybe we'll get to some... We're closing in on 4x of core set. We'll see if there's any gems in these boosters. I don't think we're at gems yet, but we're close. Close. All right, that was a fine way to finish that event and finish this day. We got a Vandal Redemption. Sure, let me throw that at you.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
YouTube friends, thank you so much for hanging out for that one. Glad we snuck in another Dominaria 7 win before it went away. Hope you've been enjoying Dominaria as much as I've been trying to. I admit that last week the enjoyment wasn't on my face that much. I was getting pretty frustrated with the format, but that'll help. A little 7 winner goes a long way. Thanks for joining me for that. We'll catch you later, YouTube friends.